a lot of these musicians from the past, there's no question about it, they laid down foundations for some of the latter hits we saw in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
A lot of their songs were sampled. I mean,
Exactly.
James Brown, for example, started in 1949.
Yeah.
Some of his early stuff is 56, 57. And some of those samples were used by the hip-hop artists in the 80s.
And are still being used.
And they're still being used.
I think it's important to emphasize that back then, music was being written.
Very, very
Okay.
true.
Okay.
No
computer
without
stuff.
Not synthesizers, computers.
You see,
Listen,
Carl, excuse me, just
Okay,
a minute.
go ahead.
If you say music was being written, it's even too light. I always go say music was being constructed.
Okay, thank you.
That's a construction of music.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
I saw
Because
an interview with Lionel Richie.
Okay.
Now, he knows that, we all know that his strength and forte was ballads. Are you aware, according to him, that anytime, let's say he goes for dinner with Paul, and then something strikes him, he immediately asks the waitress, can I get a napkin or whatever it is? They get it, and then he writes it down. Lyrics and then the music.
Wow, really?
Yes. And when he goes back to Tuskegee, that's where they came from, University of Alabama, then they start composing it together.